Hi everyone. So I'm sure you've seen the call from the bishops to ask us to write to our MPs and contact them regarding this Bill C9. It is very scary. Pastors are being arrested for standing up for saying that men are not women, for our human rights, and taking things out of context. I think Canada's laws are strong enough that they don't have to put this bill through. I wrote to my MP. I wrote to all the MPs that the Catholic bishops wrote to. And it is worrying. It is concerning because, the church doesn't have paid positions for me as a spiritual director. Retreat houses are closing, like Guelph closed. And so most of us, we have to put our shingle out there and we have to earn a living. And this is going to cause problems. They're saying that they can even criminalize us for promoting the Bible, for promoting Jewish texts, Muslim texts, Hindu texts. While people might not like our religions, we don't go around promoting hatred. And yes, there are things in the Bible that are contradictory, that are controversial. There's a lot of books that have controversial things and contradictory things in them. And the reason it scares me is because I already experienced it with the police. When I refused the psychiatric assessment 8 years ago, they told me that if I don't do it, they're going to come and get me. So, everybody, all Christians and all people of good faith should be opposing this. You should be opposing it. You should be writing to your MPs, supporting our bishops, and also, if you're in my situation, writing to your MPs and asking for a basic income, because that's the only way things are going to change. I don't want Canada to become like Nigeria. I don't want our police and spiritual directors and pastors and anybody of good faith, Catholics, Jews, Muslims, I don't want people being arrested because they are peacefully praying in their homes, in their churches. This kind of thing is not something new. It's not new because part of the reason they arrested Elvis was because his music came from the gospel. It came from the black line, from the soul singers. And that was part of the reason they arrested him. Because they were saying, oh yeah, he's gyrating and dancing like that on the stage. But actually, it wasn't to do with that. It was racism. And it was a stand against Christianity. Because Christianity does not promote and does not tolerate this kind of intolerance. And even when Salman Rushdie got attacked on that stage in America, when they put his eye out, that's what you call a hate crime, not this, what they're doing to us. Would you like it if your children went to school and they got kidnapped? Yeah, there's some lunatics out there that, like in what happened in California in the 70s. But what they're doing is wrong. And if you don't see it, and if you don't stand up to it, if it happened to me, it can happen to you. My mom and I came to this country as good faith people. I worked my butt off to get into a good paid job. I couldn't get anything. I took contracts. I took professional contracts. I worked in multi-billion-dollar projects. I did a good job. And the reason the banks fought for me and said that they won't confirm anything is because I didn't do anything wrong. I wasn't obsessed with anyone. I wasn't fixated on anyone. So there was nothing for the banks to confirm. And believe you me, if you're going to allow this to happen, the reason they sent me for that psychiatric assessment was because they said there were contradictory things in my emails. I just reported what they asked me to report. I just told them what was happening here in this condo and at Rosewell Gardens and my places of employment. So people should stand up to it. It might be stalled. It doesn't mean they won't stop. The same thing with MAID. You have to stand up to it. You have to fight for your life. You have to fight to live. You have to. I did it. I wrote. I wrote to my MPs. I wrote to Prime Minister Carney about MAID, about a basic income, because I didn't come to this country to sit at home. And you know what? If the investments are going into Africa, Zimbabwe, South Africa, I'm prepared to go. I'm prepared to go and get a backup generator and, get a place that has a borehole or something and live there. Because this is ridiculous. And this is not just affecting me. I think it's good that the bishops took a stand against it. But I mean, really and truly, it's ridiculous. And this psychiatric treatment and all that, it comes from the communism line. If you listen to the priests like Father Ripperger, there's talks on YouTube about how they don't support all the psychiatric assessments and psychiatric treatment and all that. They don't, because it's evil. It's evil. People should stand up to it. That's what I can say. And if you don't want to do it for me, do it for yourself. It's like that poem that says, they came for the Jews and I didn't speak out. Then they came for the Catholics and I didn't speak out. Then they came for the Protestants and I didn't speak out. And then they came for me and nobody spoke out. You need to speak out. That's what I say. You need to speak out. And even on Redacted and places like that, there's places in Europe where they're going in and they're installing cameras without people knowing. Hidden cameras. It happens here in Toronto too. When they do their investigations and they don't tell people, they get permission like from the condo managers and all that. They go in, they install hidden cameras. You won't even know it's there. Because when I worked at OBN Security, they told me that's what they do. They do it even in the workplace. Even this year I had a webinar on, it was how they do security investigations. And they told me, well, not me, they told all of us on that call, they put hidden cameras even in the fridge to catch people who they thought was stealing. And, sometimes when people come from other cultures, they may not realize that you can't just take that thing home, and they don't realize they're stealing. So sometimes there's education involved, but they caught people. So, over here, there's no such thing as freedom. It doesn't matter what they tell you. And if you don't stand up to it, then it's on you. It's on you. Because the Holocaust and all that didn't have to happen. It happened slowly, with laws like this being implemented and people being taken to work camps and the wages so low that you can't even afford to pay your rent and your food. And then you have to take jobs like me in a call center. You can't get work in your line, in the churches, in the consulting companies, in the banks. So, this is how it starts. This is how it starts. And the Catholic Church supported Hitler at the beginning. They supported him because they were saying that, we have to have we don't want people to suffer. So they called it mercy killings when they aborted the children. It started with the children. We don't want people to suffer, so, we'll allow the abortions. And then from there, it got worse and worse and worse. He started experimenting on children. Then he started rounding up the people. Then he started taking them into workhouses. And then when they were no longer able to work, then he put them into the gas chambers. So we need to also learn from history. And I did it for myself as a Catholic. I'm not interfering in other people's religions, the Jews, the Muslims, the Hindus. I'm not interfering with their religions, and I'm not telling them what to do. I'm just saying I did it for me, and you need to educate yourself. The bishops have spoken out on it. The pastors have spoken out on it, and I'm speaking out on it as a spiritual director. I'm speaking out on it. And Elvis's music, he went into the deep south with his music. He went into the places that were restricted. He went into the places where other people wouldn't dare to go. And he integrated the people, the races. And that's why they hated him. Because in those places, there was segregation. No one has had a greater impact on this world when it comes to music. Nobody can touch him. It doesn't matter if you watch the news and they say, whoever outpaced Elvis, outsold Elvis. So what? Look at how many gold records he had. Look at how much he sold. Look at how much he did. and he kept his faith at the heart of it. He kept his faith at the heart of it. People today, all these companies and all that are failing because they reward the wrong things. They don't reward people for staying, for longevity. They reward employee of the week, employee of the month, and then they let go of staff as soon as they need to cut costs. They don't care about families. They don't care that you're not going to have an income. They don't care about your mental health and how it's going to affect you when they let you go. They don't put anything in place. That 1 year of EI doesn't go very far, and it's not much. So, our Catholic worker movements are strong, and it's up to us. We have to stand up for it. And we have to stand up for what music we want to listen to, our gospel songs. We have to stand up for it. Elvis thought he would be forgotten. He'll never be forgotten. Never. I would tell you right now, stand up to it. Stand up to it. I'm fighting for my life. If you don't want to fight for yours, that's on you. But if you're following me, I would say support this. Write to your MPs, write to people, let people know what's happening. For Canada to come to this, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.